As settings for an auction go, this ain't half bad. Welcome to Bonhams. Welcome to the Classic Valuer. This is our tour of Bonhams Paris 2025. This is our first car, and it's probably not the one you thought we were going to highlight, and it's not really a car. It's an MP44 Charles car, based on Ayrton Senna's car that he won his first of 3 World Drivers' Championships in. And it's not a better present you could get for a kid. F1 style suspension, reverse gear, brushless electric motor. It says it fits anywhere from an age 5 person to an adult. Maybe it could be bought for you. If you do want to buy it, it does cost a tiny amount, 30 to 40,000 euros. However, you will have one happy child under the Christmas tree when they open this. Let's see what it's sold for.
Child car, and what do we say? We have bid at 20,000 euros, à 20 000 euros, at 20,000 euros. What do we say at 20,000 euros? À 22 000, 22,000. Fair warning, à 22 000, en ligne, sans regret, à 22,000. Adjugé, 22 000.
Car number 2 of the day is this. Volkswagen Beetle Cab 1303. Why have we highlighted this? One very simple reason. It's history. Since this car was delivered, it's had 18 kilometers put on the clock. The factory applied wax is still on the car. It has never, ever been washed. Volkswagen actually gifted this car to the family that is consigning it today from new. It's been with that family its whole life. World record for one of these is 27,000 euros. Bonhams have got this in at 30 to 50,000 euros. If it sells, it's world record money.
Okay, no, nice Beetle here. I hope you read the catalogue description. True time capsule. We've even left the dirt on it for you. It's only news that gets better. I've got interest already, as you'd expect. I've got 12, 14, 16, 18,000 bid. 18, 20 with you, Mark, 22 with me. 24 with you, Mark. My book's clear. 26, 28, 30, 2, 5, 38. We had a rhythm going, sir. Don't stop. 38 here. 40, that's it. 42. 42 on my left. 42 on my left. Any more bids? The bid is here. 42, 44 online, sir. 46, 5, 45. You've come a long way. 45, 46 online if they fancy it, but I've got 45 in the room. 46, telephone. Telephone at 46. 47? No, next is 47, sir. 50, sorry, I thought you were trying to bid me 500 euros. 50,000, my kind of bidder. Thank you, sir. 50, 50. Take 52, I've got 50. I'll take 52, we have 50. 53, even better. 53, sir. What do you want to say? 53 against you. 5, 55, 55. Against you, Pierre. 55 here. 55. Chance of a lifetime. 60. 60,000, sir. He's seen you and he's raised you. Don't give up, sir. Don't give up on me. Do you want a little one? 2? Do you want 62? 62. 62. Yours at 62. It's the only one we got today. 62 here. Chance of a lifetime. 65, 65. Second time you said that, sir. You sure? Save it for later. 65 with you, Pierre. Calling it now. Calling it now. Another one?
À 65 000 euros, j'adjuge.
67? No, 67. 67. I can't do 66. 65 then, sorry, 65 then, and going.
À 65 000, sans regret.
Okay. 65 it is, to you, Pierre.
This is car number 3 of today. Unfortunately, not a real XKSS, but one by Lynx nonetheless. And it's had an interesting history through its life. It started out as an E-Type 2+2. In the mid to late 80s, it was converted into a D-Type. Went through a few different owners, raced to Goodwood through that period, and then in 2011-2012, CQL Developments, highly respected outfit, turned this from a D-Type into what we see today in XKSS form. That was at a cost of €40,000. What have we got price-wise then? Bonhams have got this guided at 170 to 230,000 euros. RM sold a Lynx XKSS last year for 200,000 euros. Bonjour. Very sensibly guided it feels. Wouldn't be surprised if it's bang in the middle of that estimate range. Let's see what it sold for.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a car I'd rather like to own. You could have so much fun in it. And I've already got 100,000 offered for it. 100,000. I have 100. Any advance on 100? 110. Thank you, bid. 110,000. Your bid. 120 now. 120. 130. Gotcha. Thank you. 130. 40. 140. 150. Thank you. Ian, great to see you. 160,000 bid. 165. 170. 175. 180. 185. 190. 5. 200. 200. 210. 210. Okay, 210. 220. 220. 220 bid. 240. Oh, Ian, you gave it a go. You gave it a go. Great to see. I'm glad that you're smiling. Is that a bid? 240. Do you want 5? 245. 245. 250. 250 on my left. You're sure? You're sure. That's all I ask. 250 then, selling all the way, of course.
À 250 000 euros, notre juge. Adjugé 250 000.
This is car number 4 that we're highlighting here today at Bonhams. 2008 Force India F1 car. However, you will notice the livery isn't quite normal. It's been turned into an art car. Why? In 2011, Force India thought they would do some good for charity. This car was turned into an art car, and before the British Grand Prix, it was auctioned. Part of the funds went to the Force India Foundation or the Academy. The other part went to Great Ormond Street Hospital to help those kids in need. This car in itself has race history. Raced by Fisichella on no less than 16 Grand Prix, delivered their best results of the season. They qualified 19th and climbed back up to 10th. And before I went to auction, you see all these little signatures across the car. And I could sit here and read all the list of the drivers, but I would be here too long. Schumacher, Hamilton, Vettel, Alonso, Lauda, Hill, Rosberg, Surtees, Jackie Stewart, Sterling Moss, and on we go. When it sold for charity back in 2011, it was 192,000 euros. Today, it's estimated at 100,000 to 150,000 euros. Most normal Force India cars, when they come to auction, which happens surprisingly often, are 50 to 100k. It's a big fall from that 192,000 it originally sold for, but today, it's not for charity. Let's see what it sells for.
Interest coming through. I can open the bidding at 40,000. I'm selling the car. 50, thank you. 50,000. 55. Franz? 60. 65. 65. 70. 70. 70,000. 70 bid. 70 bid. 75. 80. Straight back at ya. 80,000. 85. 90. 95. Oh, Franz, it's the glory bid. 100, madam. 100. They're saying no more. Looks like it's your bid, madam.
Car number 5 is this, and it's the star of Bonhams sale today. 1950 Ferrari 166mm in touring Barchetta form. Came 4th at the Mille Miglia in 1951. Normally when you hear people say their car came 4th, what they mean is it came 4th in class. This, 4th overall. You could happily walk into almost any concours, race event around the world with this and be welcomed with open arms. Price-wise, what are we looking at? It's up at 4 to 6 million euros, no reserve. Bonjour. Careful. 4 to 6 million euros. Bonhams had one in the Villa Urba sale in 2023. 3.8 million unsold. TBC if that bid was real or not. This, I would expect to come in lower end of that estimate. Let's see what it sold for.
Who will start me? Should we start it at, what should we say, 2 million euros? 2 million euros for the 166? 2 million euros. Going to be like that, is it then? 1 million euros, let's get going. 1 million bid. Thank you, straight in, I've got you, thank you. 1 million. 1,100,000, we're off and running. 1 million 2. 1 million 2, 1 million 3. 1 million 4. 1 million 5. 1 million 6. 17. I know. 17. 2 million. 2 million bid. 2,100,000. 2,200,000. 2,300,000. Fair warning now. 2,400,000. 2,450,000. 2,450,000. As long as we head north, I don't mind. Last time of asking online. Last opportunity. It's the only one I've got today. Don't miss it for a bid. It's here at 2,450.
Adjugé demain.
2,450,000. 0023.
This is our 6th and final car to spotlight here today at Bonhams, and it's not really our usual bag. Audi 5000 CS Quattro, built with a single purpose in mind: speed records. In 1986, it hit a top speed of 206.3 miles an hour. After that record attempt, Audi went, we're just going to scrap it. However, the vendor who brings it here today, he had different ideas. Bonjour again. He had different ideas. Saved it from the scrap heap, took it home, and he's owned it ever since. Estimated at 100 to 200,000 euros. Let's see what it sells for.
I can start at 38, 40, 42, 45,000 bid, 45,000, 48,000, 50,000. Take 52 next, 52, 55, 55, 58. My book's clear. 58,000 in the sale room. 60,000, 62, 62, 65, 68.
70,000 we have.
70 online, ahead of you both. 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78,000, 79,000, 80, 81, 81,000, there's my bid. 82, 83,000, 84,000, 85,000, 86,000, 87,000, 88, 90,000, 92, 94, 93, 93, 94,000, 95,
96,
96, 97, 98, 100,000. Thank you, sir. That is a nice round number. 100,000, 102, 105. Your car, sir. Give that man a round of applause. 105,000.
Now we're back in Blighty. A little ending note, just summarising how Bonhams did and what we learned from that sale. I think there's a couple of big takeaways. Number one, Bonhams did a very, very good job, particularly when it comes to sell-through rate. Normally with sell-through rate, you're expecting low 70s, high 60s maybe percentage of cars to go and sell. Bonhams hit 91% when you look at the cars in this auction. Sure, that was helped with a higher level of no reserve cars than you would normally see in previous years from Bonhams. Up on the stats, up on screen. Even when you strip those cars out and just look at vehicles that sold with a reserve, 70% of them went and sold. Very, very strong numbers. The second point is about the estimates. Very simply, some of the estimates that were on these cars were crazy to start with. And I'm thinking particularly at the top end here, you think about the 166mm, you think about the Ferrari 555. Both those cars, the general consensus before the sale was those estimates of 4 to 6 million are looking very, very punchy. Both of them sold well under the lower estimate. They were both no reserves, so luckily Bonhams pocketed that cash. To put some more numbers around that, when you compare the hammer price to the lower end of the estimate across the whole catalogue for Bonhams, cars were generally hammering 25% below what that lower estimate was on average. That's a massive, massive delta. Also intriguingly from our perspective, if you just look at the TCV, the classic value and median price for that model, we were off on 7% of those cars. So our delta was 7%, Bonhams was 25%. It shows you that even our most simplest method of valuing a vehicle is more accurate in this case. The flip side to that is some of the estimates were well exceeded. 3 cars in particular stand out. All 3 were Horch. Horch is now is a defunct German manufacturer. Early 1900s, early to mid 1900s they were around. I'll rattle off the 3 cars quickly. There was a Horch 853A estimated at 80 to 120,000. It sold including fees at 414,000 euros. Big jump. Horch 851 estimated at 50 to 80k, sold including fees at 345,000. And the real outlier, a Horch 830 estimated at 20 to 30,000, sold 241,000 euros. think there might have been a Horch fan in the room, or there was something that we didn't know. There we have it. That's our Bonhams recap from their Paris auction. If you enjoyed this, let us know down below. Let us know what cars caught your eye as well. We've also got a video going out about RM sale and also what we saw overall in the market in Paris in 2025.